we need to get the elephant in the room out of the question, don't we? Another loss. It is obvious to everyone that follows football that the more games you lose, there's not enough points going to be gathered, etc., etc. We're just falling further and further behind Liverpool this year, which is something I can hope that we can make up. But we've lost 4 out of the last 5 away games, scoring 2 goals in 81 attempts. It just seems a bit ridiculous, really. Liv, welcome to the show. I hope you're all right. Thank you for coming on.
Hiya. It's all right.
Yeah, what do you think of the game yesterday? You can swear, but I'd rather you didn't.
It just weren't working. I don't know what it was. Their defence, like a brick wall, 11 brick walls in the box. Couldn't get past them. I think we had about 25 shots. Yeah. And probably in the last 20 minutes because it just won't leave the box. But just a mess. I don't really know what we did wrong. I think they were just very, very strong yesterday. It
just almost seemed like one of those games with 20, 25 minutes to go. I kind of said to myself, we're not going to score it. I just don't feel like we're going to score. We need that special Sergio Aguero QPR moment to get something out of it. I just didn't feel like it was coming. What do you think, Tom?
Yeah, I agree with that completely. I think not even necessarily a Sergio Aguero QPR moment, but just a Sergio Aguero on the pitch yesterday was what we missed. And I think I'm not going to sit here and slag off Jesus because I think Jesus is a good striker. And I've had this conversation many times, but I don't think Jesus has that clinical edge about him or that impetus in front of goal where in a game like yesterday where we were having lots of the ball like you'd expect to City, but I just don't see Jesus creating that goal out of nothing like Aguero does or getting on the end of one of those crosses that Aguero would usually get on the end of. And again, for me, in games like that, they're the games where it really shows your striker up against teams like, for City, against teams like Liverpool, like Chelsea, where they're going to come at us. Our strikers are going to get chances. But in teams against those smaller clubs, well, not smaller clubs because that's a bit disrespectful to Southampton, but the teams that will sit behind the ball, you need your striker to create something and take those half chances that they're going to get. And for me, again, Jesus didn't look quite at it yesterday.
Yeah, clinical's the word there, pal. I think you're absolutely spot on. It just didn't seem to fall right for him, and for one reason or another. With strikers, have you heard of the phrase "you make your own luck"? With strikers, you do. You do. You've got to be in the right position at the right time, and we just didn't seem to have it yesterday. It was just a horrible watch, wasn't it? I mean, we had a look at Understat, which is basically a stats organisation. They predicted us at this point of the season to have 85 goals by now, and we're on 81. And they expected our points to be 74 and we're on 66. So that kind of gives you the statistical analysis of, we just don't seem to be anywhere near this season what we do. And do you think there's anything to do with the complacency here? We've won the league twice in a couple of years. It's hard with Pep. I can imagine it being really intense working for him. If you've got one of those players that's always on you all the time. Do you think, like, we've done it twice now, do you think the players are easing off a little bit in relation to this season?
I think we've set the bar so high, it'll be hard to ever even top what obviously we've got the Champions League, but teams are trying to get as good as us. Liverpool have proved it this season. They've done what we did. They've done possibly better if they keep going how they're going.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think at this point they're giving up with the Prem in a way, because obviously we've got 2 more cups to fight for. Liverpool are out of both of them. They can just focus on the Prem. We've got to be careful who we play because we've got other cups to fight for. We've pretty much secured the top 4. But I don't know. It just hasn't worked this season.
It's funny that, isn't it? Because I'm not. I think you're absolutely spot on, and I'm not that bothered about the Premier League anymore. The thing is, I'm bothered about is I want us to put in a good performance because we invest a lot of time being fans, don't we? And if we're watching it, we want to be able to like support, and cheer, and all the rest of it. And it just feels like we're missing that. We're missing the chances. And what do you think we need position wise to start looking at next year? Because we're going to have to need somebody else. If Sergio's going back 4, that's the main focus for you.
I just don't feel strong enough. Like whenever any of them get the ball, it's just like I don't trust them. Like it was like when Mahrez a couple of seasons ago, whenever he got the ball on the edge of the box, it's Jesus, what's he going to do? That's how I feel when the rest of them at the back do it now.
How about you, Tom? What are you thinking we need to be strengthening next year?
I agree that the back fours have to be a priority. I think Zinchenko has done well at left back, given that he's not a left back and he's been playing out of position. But if you look at Mendy's lack of consistency, and then the fact that Angelino will probably end up at Leipzig next season, and that Zinchenko isn't a left back, the fact that Mendy also does have that bad injury record where if he can stay fit, I'm sure he'll play majority of games for Guardiola. But if Mendy gets injured, if Angelino goes, do we really want Zinchenko another season at left back? As well as he's done there, for me, it's a bit of a Fabian Delph situation in that he's doing well out of position, but he shouldn't be anywhere near starting at left back at Man City. I think Zinchenko and for City, this summer would be the right time for him to move on. I don't think he's going to get a look in his preferred midfield position with the likes of Foden coming through, and I don't think he's there as a left back. But yeah, left back and centre back would be the places to strengthen. And then if the right target comes up as a replacement for Sane, I'd go after that. But no, I do definitely agree in that defence has to be the main part of call when the transfer window comes around.
Yeah, with Scotty Martin on Facebook said a centre half, a left back, and a striker. And Scotty, I can't disagree with you, pal. I'd love to. I think they're all areas where we need to. You look at our left side of our game. We've got Mendy and Sterling plays on the left side as well, and those two are the only real, guaranteed starters for me on the left side. But when you look past them two, I think we're really weak. Now we've lost Sane as well. We've lost that left-sided. That sort of killer instinct, that left-sided type. There's no for Mendy and Sterling. There's no competition. That's the word I'm looking for. There's no sort of competition to those people. Because Mendy must be thinking, there's no way Zinchenko is going to get over me. And if it's a Champions League game, you'd rather play Mendy there, wouldn't you? But do you think there's complacency there from Mendy, or do you think that would ever come into the team to think to themselves, right, okay, well, we don't need to put as much effort in now because obviously we're out of the Premier League and there's no competition there. What do you two think?
I don't think it'd be complacency as such. But I do think at the same time, like you say, I think Mendy realises that he is the best left-back at Manchester City, and that if he does make those mistakes like he has been doing, or he has done, in recent weeks, he knows that there's not really anyone there to come and replace him in the squad, especially in those, because I can't see him. He'll start Zinchenko in a couple of Premier League games, but like we just said, they don't matter. And I can't see him not playing Mendy should he be fit, in the FA Cup or the Champions League. But I completely agree with what you said about the left side as well. I think in terms of Sterling, for me, I prefer out on the right-hand side anyway. But you look at our wingers, Mahrez is better on the right. Bernardo, if he plays out wide, is better on the right. Foden's better on the right. In terms of a predominant left winger, I don't really think we have a senior left winger in the squad anymore now that Sane is gone. I know Jesus has played there a little bit every now and again, but he's not a winger. So I think, like you say, that competition for places is something which has brought the best out of players in recent seasons, because in every position we've always had 2 or 3 players who can step in if someone drops out of form. The fact that we don't have that now, and particularly on that left side, I think if we don't strengthen in the summer, that'll be an area that teams will look to take advantage of next season if our left side is still significantly weaker than our right side when we head into next campaign.
Well, the next campaign kicks off, and Mendy picks up a little niggly injury, like he does. We're going to be behind the times again now, because we all see what's happened to Laporte when he gets injured, and City just kind of implodes. Liv, what's your starting back four then for City at the minute?
I don't even know, because whatever combination of 4 that you have, you're going to have a slightly weaker one, because you've got Otamendi. Like, do you really want him in big games? Because sometimes he
Tom's smiling. Tom's a definite no.
I don't want Otamendi I don't want Otamendi anywhere near that side.
Exactly. So I don't really know, because whatever combination you have, there's always going to be one that you don't really want to be there. In the nicest way possible.
And what's your thoughts on Garcia?
He's been good since they came back from the lockdown. I think the young Phil Foden and Garcia have come back stronger than before. I don't know whether it's because they feel like they need to compete, like you were saying. Then there's competition between the older players, like
good shout.
Phil Foden to fight for his place against David.
That's a really good shout, actually. The competition with the youngsters. They have something to prove, don't they? They have something to come in for. Garcia, I'm really excited about Garcia. And I don't want him put him. I don't want to do what all England fans do when there's a Phil Foden in the world and build him up too much to see him fail. But I'm really excited next season. Get Phil Foden and Garcia for me are the only two things I'm really looking forward to seeing next season.
Yeah, I think they're going to play a lot more. I
hope so. No, I really hope so. We need to get a bit more clinical and go from that. And I thought David Silva had an half decent game yesterday. He looked a bit. I hate to say bad things about David, but he's looked a bit slow and lethargic in the last, obviously since coming back. It's nice to see him kind of send back to his former pomp, but again, not sure. So what we'll do is we'll move on from that. We've got Newcastle. We've got to be thinking same again as we played Newcastle a few weeks ago. We've got to be thinking there's got to be positive. Tom, what do you think, pal? How do you think we're going to fare? And do you think we'll put a full strength squad out, or do you think we'll go half-hearted again like we did against Southampton?
I think we'll go back to full strength, and I also think that we'll absolutely hammer Newcastle. I think no team wants to play City on the back of a defeat, and I really do think that we'll come out and bounce back well from that defeat. I hope we go full strength, because as much as the league doesn't matter so much, I do still want to see De Bruyne getting minutes. Not in terms of 90 minutes each game to potentially risk injury, but just to keep him playing at a competitive level. So what I don't want now is to see De Bruyne sit on the bench for 4 weeks.
Oh, are you stalled? Are you still there, Liv?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, so he's going to start talking again in a minute. I can see it. While he's doing that, I'm thinking to myself, we've got Newcastle, haven't we? Then we've got Brighton, Bournemouth. They're not massive games, are they, coming through? We don't really need to put our full-strength squad out. I'd like to we play Arsenal again, don't we, in a couple of weeks as well, so that could be interesting. But we have to put all our focus now, don't we, on the Champions League and the FA Cup. It has to be.
Yeah, I don't know how he's going to manage. When do we play? The Champions League fixtures haven't come out yet, have they?
But I did hear it was the 7th, the weekend of the 7th and 8th of August.
Right, it's about a month's time.
So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. Oh, he's gone. Tom's gone. Yeah. That's like 4 weeks ago, which is plenty of time for us to get fighting fit, really. So we've got to be concentrating.
We don't want to. It's hard because if they play people like Laporte every game, 90 minutes up until then, they might get injured and then they're out for the Champions League. So he's going to have to be careful if he starts in terms of that.
It's hard, isn't it? And we've got the FA Cup against Arsenal, haven't we? That's it's a quarter to 8 kickoff. Here's a tricky question for you now. We've got Arsenal in the semis. That's the semis, isn't it?
Yeah, because United play Chelsea.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. I tell you what, I'm so glad we didn't get United. I hate the idea of playing United in a final. Honestly, I hate derby days. I don't know about you, but derby days are dreadful.
Yeah, because my first derby day was this season.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and I've been to 2 and we lost both. So
you're not allowed to go again. You do know that now, don't you? You watch it on telly. Get it on Blackpool. It's a tough one, this. Which one would you prefer to go further? Would you prefer to win the Champions League or FA Cup? Because I know some City fans. Yeah. Which would you prefer?
Champions League.
The Champions League. Right. See, I know City fans that just are done with the Champions League now, with all the corruption and everything else that's come through there. So
I'm fed up with Liverpool fans giving it all that. Because they've won everything now. We need to just win the Champions League, and then they haven't gotten out against us.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Actually, it would be very nice. No,
I don't know.
So come on then, last roll of dice for you. Give us a score prediction for the game against Newcastle. What are you going for?
It was 2-0 the other week, weren't it? Kevin De Bruyne and Raz. 3-1.
3-1. Oh yeah. See, our defence is. The problem is we'll try and work out what team we're going to put out, but we've never ever been able to get a Pep Guardiola lineup correct. Since we've been doing this, it's so hard to try and predict it and what we're going to play for. I think we'll win, and I think we'll win comfortably, which worries me. So I'm going to go for 4-0. I'm going to go for 4-0. And as soon as I've said that, I'm thinking, why have you said that, Tom? Why have you said that? Never mind. What's your thoughts on this? Let's just ask the question on Facebook now before we go. Thoughts on Jack Grealish? Potential rumours about us signing Jack Grealish. Yeah, I don't really know. I know he's had some good assists, etc. But I don't know enough about him to be able to fit into Pep's team. Do you know anything about him?
No, I've not even heard that rumour, to be fair.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter the other day, and someone's just mentioned it now on Facebook. So it's I don't really know enough about him to comment, really, pal. So sorry about that. Let's go, Scotty, so on that side of things. But listen, Liv, you've done the top for your first one. Well done, you. Oh, Tom's coming back in. That's it, Tom. We're finished, mate. We're done. Are you back in?
Yeah, sorry, guys. A bit of technical issues.
Don't worry, pal. Don't worry. We were just about to go, but before we go, I'm glad you good timing. I've gone for a resounding 4-0 and immediately regretted my decision. Liv's gone for 3-1. What are you going for, pal?
5-0. 5-0 City. Comfortable. Phil Foden to get a couple as well.
Perfect. You reckon? Oh, I love that. I love it when Phil Foden scores.
Yeah, 5-0 City. No issues on Wednesday. I fully believe that we're going to bounce back and absolutely stuff Newcastle.
Oh, listen, before you both go, a couple of the other admins on Manchester Blue slate me when I say this, but we need to give Cancelo more time. And that game against Southampton is the perfect reason why we need to give him more time. Because I thought he had a really good game. What did you think of him?
Yeah, he was good. Definitely one of the strongest on the pitch the other day. He really stood out.
He's got it in his pocket, hasn't he? He can definitely do it. We just need more consistency from him. But with that, he needs to play more games. So do you know what? I'd start him. I'd start him against Newcastle.
Yeah, I just don't think he's had the time this season to even, like, people saying he's not fitted in well. I don't really think they're giving him the chance. They played him in smaller games, but he's not really had a chance to really show himself.
Love it, Liv. Brilliant. Right, smashing. Listen, Tom, Liv, thanks very much for coming on. We'll speak to you soon.
Thank you.
Come on, Blues. See you later.
Yeah.
Bye.